Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wayne. Today, brand new week, I'm going to be doing stages 33 to 38 of the Fanhome release and build the world of Warcraft Lich King. So if you remember, we pretty much finished the legs that we were doing last time, and they look like this, and they articulate very heavy as well, because this whole upper section, actually, and the lower section as well, is metal. So quite a bit of weight here. I don't know what we're doing today, but obviously not the legs. If you do want to get this for yourself, you will have to check if this is still available in your territory, and I have put a link in the video description and the QR codes on the screen. But without further ado, let's get cracking. So for all of you folks who play World of Warcraft at the moment, we've actually got our pre-patch for Midnight. That's out now. And you've got some quests in the Twilight Highlands to do. But at the moment, with this build, we're going to do the lower greave of the left knee. There you go. Is that right? Greave? Is that what it's called? Just like that. Looks like a nice quick stage. Haven't we made one of these before? This is the rest of the magazine. I mean, it looks very much like it, doesn't it? Okay. So here we go. Here's stage 33. First build of the week. So first thing I'm going to do then, just take these two parts and just put them together like this. There is holes that's going to align this. And it does take some manoeuvring. This is actually quite flexible. So don't be afraid to pull it around. There we go. That gets all of those through there. Now I'm holding them in with these flange screws. But to be honest with you, that's all we're actually doing by the look of it in this stage. So 3 of these flange screws in here. And again, remember this is a soft plastic, so as soon as you start to feel resistance, I would stop screwing in, otherwise you will round that screw. Perfect, and with that in place, that's all there is to do in that stage. That was a lot quicker to do than I thought it would be. Stage 34. Here's the magazine. And we've got the upper greave of the left knee now, putting this together. So that looks just like that. There's the rest of the magazine. Loads of lore in these magazines. It is a shame in the US, I do believe you only get the digital copies of these. As a matter of fact, we're not even doing anything really with this. All we're going to be doing is taking what we've just created here, and it's got a shape on the back here for this to go in. It's just going to fit over the top, just like this, into place. So very much so what we created last time there. That's all there is to do in that stage too. So knowing that, in stage 35, and I really should have put all of these stages together, shouldn't I? Here's the magazine, but I'm guessing we've got the top piece, this here with a horn to go in, that looks just like this. So that's making that. I'll have to try and find the horn for my one here. It must have fallen off. I'm guessing we did do that. There's the rest of the magazine. Here's all the parts. I think I'm going to glue that horn in now. I know that that's got a chance to fall out. There's no screws or anything like that for this stage. The glue I'm using, just so you know, this is just a super glue, a CA super glue. And it is shaped so I can only put this horn in one way. I'm going to rock that into position, knowing that that glue will now hold that in. All I'm going to do then is put that on this greave. It can only go in one way. It's going to be pushing over the top like that. And there you go. That's the finished one. Let me put the horn in the other one. It had fallen off, as you can see there. So I will put glue in here to stop that happening again. So that's both of those greaves in place. That's all there is to do in that stage. In stage 36, here's the instructions. And now we're going to be doing the body frame plate. Big, massive metal plate here, as you can see by that pack. We're actually going to now attach this to the legs. So we are now building up onto the frame of the Lich King. This is the rest of the magazine. I do like how they've packed this. So basically we've got some washers here, but they've actually rolled or flattened some cardboard to make this very sturdy, so this bit can't bend. So bearing that in mind, I'm going to open it quite carefully so I don't pull it out and bend it that way. But there you go. That is the plate. So now this is symmetrical. So this is actually going to be fitting over the top here, and it doesn't matter which way round that I put it. But what I'm going to need to do is put a washer over these sections here and then secure that in with a flange screw. So they've gone in really tight. I'm just going to try and get them as tight as I possibly can, but that is not moving. That's all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 37, again, here's the magazine. And we've got the lower back rear cover now, which looks like that, although we don't actually do anything with it. We're going to be just looking at that. So let's mix this with the final stage, which is stage 38. Here's the magazine. And we've got another piece here, the central back rear cover, which we're going to be piecing both of these together. So this was an ultra quick pack for the Lich King this month. So probably best to just open both of these parts together. I'm going to be putting these two parts together. So this is just going to be going in here like this to make one unit. Now I'm going to be holding it in with 4 NP screws from this side. They're going into the screw holes here. That's the small ones in. And then we've got the 3 holes here, which are going to have the larger flange screws. These are MP screws. And they're going into these larger holes here. So now that is one solid piece. If I bring these legs back over again, I'm guessing this is this area. So I'm guessing that will eventually, I don't know, go on here somehow. Like that. Not bad. But there you go. That's how it looks. I really can't wait to start dressing the Lich King, you know, with all the fur and leather and stuff like that. Gonna look pretty good. Anyway, I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.